Jeffrey, nowadays, it is so important that managers and leaders are able to connect with people on much more than a business level, but much more of a personal and almost spiritual level. Wouldn't you agree? And isn't that what a lot of your book is about?
Yeah, it's really, it dawned on me that we currently have 4, if not 5, of the most independent-minded generations in the history of humanity in the workforce today.
Yep.
We have people that are in my age group, the boomers, right? And we don't want to be told what to do without being asked for our input because we've been around the block a while.
Makes
Sure.
sense.
And the youngest of the generations, they don't want to be told what to do and not have input because they've never been told what to do and they've always had
True.
input. I really like how free the millennials are. However, freedom without boundaries is chaos,
That's the key word.
right? So what this book does is it acknowledges the fact that the industrial age command and control top-down leadership methodology that worked during the industrial age
Sure.
is gone. Doesn't work anymore. It won't work anymore. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get people to do what you want, but
It's not the most effective.
it's not the most effective because we're in a knowledge-based economy. So what happens is leaders, whether they like it or not, are much more vulnerable to the workforce than the workforce being vulnerable to the leader.
Sure. That makes sense.
Because if you don't have the support of that workforce and they start drifting away and the employee engagement goes down, performance goes down, profits go down,
Yep.
you get called up to say what's going on in your department. So you need the participation, which actually is a really good equalizer because it forces us to see the human in the human. It forces us to show up as someone who's really looking to work for the best interest of everyone. But the companies and the organizations that are going to skyrocket are the ones that have a culture of communication, collaboration, and facilitation from the top down.
What does that culture buzzword exactly mean to you?
Well, culture has always been. Anytime you get 3 people together, right away, tribal dynamics kick in,
Yeah.
and a culture kicks in.
Sure.
Right? And culture is nothing more than the level of consciousness that a group functions with. It's the same thing. And cultures shift and change as organizations shift and change. So, the really cool cultures of Google and Apple when they were young, right, were really cool and they were groundbreaking. The bigger you get, the more bureaucracy you have, the more distance there comes between people and humanity. Bureaucracies create distance between people, and that distance that gets created with those people de-evolves the culture into one that cares less.
Being a leader is more of being a servant. It's servitude, isn't it? Wouldn't you? Do you believe that? I do.
Well, being an effective leader, sure. It is serving it's serving something greater than you.
That's what gets
Because-
me out of bed every day.
Yep. Because if you don't have that, then you're just serving you, and the ego is a lonely place to be.
Absolutely.
It's never satisfied, and it's horribly critical.